All right, here's the biggest moment of 2023. Not really, but I mean, one of them for sure. Actually getting the car to run. So I have been messing with this for a while. At this point, it's already mid-April, so about 4.5 months of me messing with this car, not even knowing if it would run at all. So it's kind of dumb of me. I shouldn't have waited so long as I did, but I did. But we learn. But there's the carb on the engine. So I was alone doing this, so I had to prop up my phone on the 12-volt battery because I just couldn't get it to turn over on the 6-volt. Propped up on the 6-volt with my phone on the 12-volt with the mechanical fuel pump hung up to get it to run because I didn't want to mess with the old mechanical fuel pump, so I had an electrical one hooked up to the 12-volt boat battery. Here you can listen to this video of me getting it to run for the first time. Yeah, baby! She's a fucking runner! Yeah! Woo! Yeah, I was definitely very excited when that happened. I can just listen to this and like just picture how fast and hard my heart was pounding when I got to run in that moment there. A couple things you'll probably notice. Oh, there's no radiator hooked up or anything. Why is that? Well, it might not even have ran, so I didn't know, you know. And really, yes, you want to have coolant in there. You don't want to warp your cylinder head or anything like that. But I figure there's some oil in there already. It's not bad. Keep it a little bit lubricated and cool for a little bit, at least 30 seconds to a minute there. And besides, some people say if you get an engine to run for the first time, let it run for at least a minute or so to make sure the rings don't get stuck. You want it to be seated a little bit. So I figured, you know what, I don't want to risk anything, so we'll let it run. And besides, it sounds cool. So
and you arc between these two.
Oh, it smells. Is that an exhaust manifold right there?
No, this is going to the radiator.
Why is it coming out of there? You got smoke all over the fucking back.
Idle. Hell yeah.
Where is it smoking
The
from?
exhaust is broken off like right in between here.
Yeah, is it?
I'll give her a couple revs.
It sounds pretty good. I think it's like cooked.
yeah, that's my brother there. He doesn't know much about cars, but yeah, he points out the thermostat housing where it would go, the filler neck, not filler neck, sorry, the outlet neck there was off. Again, no radiator, so no point in having it on there. I replaced the thermostat anyway. Definitely needed to be replaced if your car is that old. So yeah, it was smoking out of there because obviously no coolant in there, so it was some residual smoke coming out of there. You can see the jankiness with the battery perched up on the 6-volt. No key to turn it off, so I had to pull the negative terminal off to even shut it off. So, but yeah, it idled pretty dang surprisingly well when we first got to run, so I was very, very pleased with that. The original V belt is on there as well. It's kind of dangling there, loose in place, just torn up too. But yeah, and the exhaust is also broken off at the passenger side door between the fender, so it's a bit loud, but it sounds good. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds pretty good for what it is. But you can see I felt the cylinder head there to make sure it wasn't hot, and it was a little warm, so I'd shut her down for the day. Then off I went to work after that. So a couple of days later, there is the installation of the radiator. You can see it's in there. I ended up taking it to school to see if it was bad or not. We ended up flushing it a whole bunch, and probably like 5 pounds of mouse nest came out of the radiator. So whenever it was in the trunk, the mice must have gotten in there and made a little nest inside the core, but it didn't leak at all. So I figured, you know what? Doesn't leak, I'm putting the thing back in. So I did. It fits nicely too. Holds coolant. Still does to this day. So I thought about upgrading to a bigger one just to keep it a bit cooler, but this one's been fine for what I needed to do. So there that is, back installed, ready to go. Another video here of it filled up with coolant, running up to temp this time.
What do you think?
So yeah, there it is, running with coolant in it. So I'm letting it get up to temp, making sure it, you know, everything gets properly lubricated in there. Wasn't leaking any coolant. I have any freeze plugs out of the block at all, which is great to see. And there's no oil seeping out either, so I wasn't worried about it. And belt's spinning away there as well. You can see a lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust there. Not a lot, but there's smoke. I mean, that's just what's going to happen if the car hasn't been run for that long. But yeah, she sounds good. She's working good. Bit of an exhaust clip here. She was a bit of dark smoke there. She's probably running a little rich, but we'd tune it later on. But sounds pretty beefy, not gonna lie. It's not bad for a straight 8. Next video here is oil change, the first oil change in forever. Here it comes. Oh, there it goes. It's just black. It's actually kind of cold too.
Don't touch it.
It's not actually even that warm. What the f. I was hoping it'd be really warm, so it'd be like, you know. It's just pretty damn black. That's about it. It has really good. I mean, it has decent viscosity though. I don't like smell. I smell a bit of gasoline, but like not a lot. Here, watch out. Well, that was a fucking struggle and a half. Yeah, the drain bolt's kind of in a dumb spot. It's kind of hard to get to without jacking the car up, but you can do it fairly easily. First oil change in probably 30 years for all I know. It wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. I didn't see any major metal flakes or anything like that. A little gassy, but again, it was probably running a bit rich there too. But otherwise not bad. Thing to note on these cars, there is no oil filter. The filter is like a screen mesh built into the pan. I'll throw a picture up here of how that works. But yeah, so there's no oil filter. And if you go to the parts store and ask, oh, can I get a filter for a 51 Chieftain, they will try to sell you a canister style filter. You see on some older cars will have this. Normally that's an aftermarket dealer installed item that plumbs in, like, I think like the oil pressure line, if I remember correctly. But I haven't even taken the pan out to even see how bad that filter is. Probably should, but in order to remove the pan, you have to pull the engine. So we're not quite there yet, and it's been okay since. I haven't noticed any concerns with the oil related issues at all. But yeah, no filter change, just oil. So drain it out, let it drain for a long time. I probably let it drain for like 20-30 minutes that day, just to make sure everything was out, and then I put some oil back in it. If you want to know what oil I run, I use Rotella T4 15W40, I believe it is. Heavy duty diesel oil, yes, but old cars, it's great for old cars. This holds about 5 quarts exactly, and if you're feeling a little like you want to, you know, add some more expensive stuff in there, you can add some zinc additive as well, but there should be enough zinc in the Rotella alone to keep the engine just fine. But the last oil change I did use some of the Lucas STP zinc additive. I just figured, why not? I get it for cheap. I'm just going to do it anyway. But otherwise, yeah, Rotella works great. Here's a shot of the transmission working. Got the air cleaner back on there as well. But this was step 2 to see if it even would shift gears. So we just jacked it up on the end, rear end there, and hoped that the wheels would spin. Obviously, you check the fluid first, and the fluid was full up to operating temperature in neutral. So that was good. Obviously, the fluid was very old. Still had decent viscosity. The color, not red, because, I mean, it's a type A fluid, so not really red in color like a newer Dexron or Mercon or ATF4 would be. Or CVT fluid even, but it was good. It had fluid in it, and that's what you need to get those hydraulics working, so that was good enough for me. This photo here is the mileage at the time of the oil change, 51,762 miles. So this car didn't have 12,000. I forgot to mention that. 51,000, and I don't believe it's 151,000, because if it was 151,000, this car probably wouldn't even have started, period, or even turned over. I mean, these cars, this is technically 30s technology. When they get that old, they don't last. So, but yeah, 51,000 miles, and I believe it. I do believe it 100%. So yeah, that was the time of the first oil change.